school librarian from Montgomery House Library, and this is my scooter, Miss Kitty. Today we're headed out for another adventure in our neighborhood. Come along and see what we get into out on the trail. Wheels up, pedals down, and don't forget your helmet. Does this car have a name?
Depends what night it is and how fast it is.
Okay, so just as a rule. No.
It's my girl.
Your girl. You have a lot of girls here.
What the man does with his old car.
It's a lawn ornament.
Yeah. Ain't it cool?
I think it would be cool if I knew what it was. What is it?
It's a 1950 Chrysler Windsor.
Is it a stick shift or is it a how does it?
Both.
It's both.
It's an automatic and a standard shift.
I've never heard of that
You can
before.
run it both ways. Well, in 1950 they had it, but they can't figure it out today.
Do you think Elon Musk's dad made that?
I don't know.
Sounds like something Elon Musk would do. Here we go. We're gonna see some more of Luke's cars. Wow. Check it out. This is like the clubhouse for the nice cars. What are we looking at here?
Oh, that's a 72 Gran Torino.
Very pretty and restored inside and out. Is this one a stick shift? No, it's
Actually, this isn't even restored inside. It's an original.
original on the
outside
inside.
is repainted, but it's all original.
This Mustang sits next to the Gran Torino, and she has quite a history. I hear there are a few stories with this car.
Well,
Let her rip.
Kind of is, I guess.
Let her rip.
I bought it in 1979.
What year is the
My
car?
first car, 1970. If I tell you what I paid for it.
You don't have to tell me.
Okay, good. No, I will. I got to.
Okay.
Okay, I bought that in 1979 for $150 and drove it home.
Legally.
Yes. That was an abandoned vehicle.
Abandoned where? Who abandons this?
Well, in 1979, somebody left it sit on the interstate. And I worked
How did
for
you know they just didn't go out for a sandwich?
No, it was up on Interstate 80.
Yeah, well, sometimes you know.
No. They called my boss. I used to work at a body shop down on Mexico Road, and they called him, and he towed it in because it was broke down. So for a year it sat there, and the people didn't call or nothing. So finally I kept bugging my boss about buying the car. And my boss kept saying, no, I don't have no title. I don't, Anyway, the guy called one day and said, asked him how much the tow bill was, and the tow bill and the storage was $150 in 1979. That's a whole week's pay. So the guy said, well, I'll just send you the title. My boss came out and asked me if I wanted to buy the car yet. And I bought it for $150, put a coil on it, and drove it home. And that's where it's been ever since.
Was it dolled up like this?
It was actually 100 green, and I painted it orange. But it's all original panels. The floors are original, everything's original on it, except for the radio.
You got a better radio.
No, it's a worse one. I'd like to find the original radio for it. It had an 8-track in it, and somebody put a cassette in it before, probably the guy that owned it.
8-track. Do you have some 8-track tapes to play in it?
Absolutely.
Oh my God. And then didn't this car go away for a little while?
Yeah, I did. Which was a good thing, because it saved it when I was a kid, but it never got very far, only to Turbotville. And for like 15 to 16 years, and then I bought it back from the same guy that I sold it to 15 years before.
For $150.
No, I paid a little more the second time.
These trophies, which one's the most valuable or the most famous?
Every one of them.
Every one of them.
I mean that. If I win, that's a valuable trophy to me, Now, I won 19 track championships, so, and them trophies ain't up here, they're up. Some of them's up the house, some of them's up in the garage. And,
do you always win?
No.
A lot?
I won 200 times.
200 times?
And 600 heat races and 19 championships, so I guess that's okay.
I've never won anything. I think you're doing pretty good. We're in the shop now. I call this the Wall of Fame. And I know that Luke has an obsession with Alabama and Alabama racing.
Absolutely.
The Alabama gang. But I see this car looks familiar to me.
Yep.
Number 15, I think we were just in there.
Yep.
And this car we talked about, number 21.
That's my dad.
Yep. And there's the old 15 that's out back on the yard, right?
No, that was one before that one.
Oh, gosh. But always a 15.
Nope, not always. Look here. Up here. My first one was number 21.
And this is you, an original you.
Yeah, they're all my cars there that went through over the years, but it's not all of them, but it's a lot of them. The one up there in the left-hand corner, that's my very first car. And then I had a Torino, at number 15 there.
I see a lot of 15s on this page.
Yeah. And then I drove for another guy for this year, 115. For Todd Mallory.
I know Todd.
Yeah,
I know Todd. And just trophies and trophies and trophies. He is a winner. 12-time track champion I'm seeing over there.
Oh yeah, but now I got 19. That was an old sticker.
Do you ever race in Alabama?
Oh yeah.
Number 15?
I take mine down or else I race his car.
Which he's number 97?
97.
Is 97 better than 15? Because he doesn't have his...
I would say he might have been better at because he has over 752 wins.
He doesn't have any dents in his car.
Oh, yeah, but that was a borrowed car. He just drove that one time out of the door.
Oh, here's some dents.
This is red. He's 88 years old, still racing.
He's still racing in 88.
Yeah, every week.
And he's number...
He's a NASCAR Hall of Famer, 2021.
And he's number 97.
Yep. And every once in a while I go down, that's me up there too, in that 68 car I drove for somebody else.
If you're driving somebody else's car, do you charge?
No, they pay me.
They pay you.
Yeah. That's the way it's supposed to work.
That sounds like a really good job.
Well, it would be, but when I drove for somebody else, which I did over the years, I'd have them keep it anyway, but they offered to pay me. I said, no, take the money, put it back in the car. I'm happy just to drive it.
Nice.
Yep. I also got this one time. Look at here, read that. Get that up out of there. See that? I won the most races on the East Coast that year.
The whole East Coast?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty many.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I won 20 features that year. And then I also got this. This is probably one of my favorite things right there. Whoop. But the Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame, Lifetime Achievement Award.
Where is this model?
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
No wonder you like the South.
That's right.
You do well there.
I had to go out there and they give me a. There's one of them plaques in the Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame, which is kind of cool. And then this year, down in Florida, there's a Living Legends Hall of Fame.
Are you in it?
I'm going to be this year because they're putting me in it, yeah. Down in Florida, there's a Living Legends Hall of Fame.
Are you in it?
I'm going to be this year because they're putting me in it, yeah.
Oh, yes, congrats. You're being inducted? When is that?
Yeah, February.
Oh, it's a good time to go to Florida.
Yeah, and so far, my sister and Red, this guy, they're going to induct me in. So, which is really cool.
Red's already there, I assume.
Yeah, he's already there, and
probably 3 times over.
Yeah, I gave him his award, inducted him in. Now he's going to do it for me.
Wow, where does this happen in Florida?
Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach.
Yep, right on the beach. There's I can't remember the name of the motel, but it's a big motel down there, and the Living Legend Banquet. They have a autograph session for all the NASCAR guys, the old timers, you know. People that raced on the beach like Red, and I don't know, I guess it's kind of a big deal for me to get into that. Why they did it, I don't think I deserve it myself. Because
you're a legend. Yeah. Look at this place.
Yeah, but to be a legend, you don't have to be, you just got to be old.
Oh.
My friend told me that, Red
Yeah.
He said, to be a legend, you just got to be old.
To be a living legend, you have to be alive.
Yes, and he's still alive.
There you go.
He's still racing.
What made you want to race?
Oh, my dad raced. He raced for 17 years before I got into it. And when I was in school, they wanted me to play football. They wanted me to do all this other crap. Dude, I had to go home. I got to work on Daddy's race car. That's all I cared about.
But you cared about it. Some kids would resent that. You thought it was a good fit.
Oh, yeah. They wanted me to play football in the worst way I would run because I was a pretty big boy back in school, you know. And I had to go home at night. I didn't want to stay there after school. I hated school. So I had to go home and help my dad work on his race car to get ready for the weekend.
Other motorsports. I know you can ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, I can. I'm not real good at it. That's why I'm going to sell it.
But it's not your favorite.
Dirt late model is my favorite, but you know what? I race anything. I don't care what it is. I don't, as long as I have a roll cage. Racing a motorcycle scares me because they're crazy.
Yes. We know people who don't come back from that very often.
Yeah,
Have you ever had a bad accident?
Oh, yeah. My leg broke, wrist broke. My leg was the worst one. But my wrist was broke 7 times. Yeah. And 3 of the times that I broke my wrist during the race, I won that feature that same night.
Wow.
I mean that.
I felt like I was going to break something just getting in and out.
I have one picture somewhere, I don't know where, on this wall maybe. I have a cast on this arm and a brace on this one because this one was broke 6 months before. And I won that night, and I got a picture of Victor Lane with a cast and a brace on.
And we thought racing would be safer than football.
It is.
For some people.
Well, I think it's safer than driving down the highway on a streetcar. You got a fire suit, a helmet, you got a roll cage, you got... there's a lot of things that you got that you don't have in a streetcar, okay? And you got to wear a 5-piece seatbelt, you know what I mean? So you're really safer.
How do they get you out when you have an accident?
Well, they cut me out of the one where I broke my leg. That wasn't good. It was a very bad day. Snapped my leg right off completely, below the knee. Just a freak accident though. There was a wreck on the first lap, and I actually won my heat race. They inverted the field. I started 10th. It was so dusty you couldn't see. And it was in Cumberland, Maryland. And on the first lap, we never even made it to the green flag. Coming down the front stretch to the green flag, somebody wrecked in front of us, and we all got tangled up and smashing into each other, and somebody hit me in the door and broke my leg right off. That was the end of that day. But
any other questions? We got some good stories. Good stories. There's no doubt that running a race team is pretty complicated, and we've only touched the tip of the iceberg in this episode. Everything made so much more sense when I saw it all come together at the track. I hope this stop on the trail inspires you to check out the races somewhere nearby.